Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and back in the studio. Now you're on that one on, one off, one on, one off. It's like that work schedule that everybody loves, but sometimes it's hard to get caught up in here on the weekend, and you're doing so much. I mean, Thursday Thunder and Friday nights at Lee and Saturday at Beach Ridge, and depending on what's going on Sunday, and last week or 2 weeks ago down to the NHRA event, and you hadn't been there. And had you ever seen an NHRA event?
I have never seen an NHRA event. Everyone had told me about them, and everyone's like, you have to go at least once. And I thought it was incredible. I had an amazing time.
No, absolutely. And, everybody that shows up at Camp Mainly Motorsports, and it's so funny. Everybody, we talk about it. They get their seats, and then they all end up there, and they just stay there, and really a good time. And to get that up close and personal and with the competitors and watch what goes on in their little pit stalls, and it's one of those things. Now, if somebody said to you, is it worth going, what was your response to them be?
Oh my gosh, definitely. So I was talking to you that day. The comparison to that and like NASCAR sanctioned events is so different. So that was I believe to get into the grandstands was $65 or something like that. But that not only gives you access to the drag races, you have access to the track walk that we did before the track. They do driver introductions right there at the track. And fans, the pits are wide open. Fans can just walk right down the pits. Drivers, after they're eliminated or in between rounds, they come out and sign for fans. There's no extra cost to having that extra access to the pits, and a part breaks off of a car and they sign it and they just hand it to a fan, which I've never seen before, which is so cool to see people walking around with tires, people walking around with parts. It was cool.
In fairness to NASCAR, we couldn't have 20,000 NASCAR fans walking around because let's face it, they pull their cars to the starting line, they run a 4-second run or a 6-second run, whatever. If they break, they pull it back and they're done for hours. Mm-hmm. NASCAR, they get an hour to practice and they're in and out, and so it's a different scenario. But yeah, it's an event that everybody should put on their bucket list and plan to attend, and it gives you 3 opportunities: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all the time. So as soon as we hear the dates from New England Dragway, we will be sure to let everybody know. But it was fun I call them rookies. She's got no rookie stripe. We peeled it now. She's not a rookie anymore. But and staying with the theme of big time racing, New Hampshire Motor Speedway is the place to be this weekend. And the stars and cars of the Monster Energy Series rolling into town for their one and only New England appearance. So it's our chance to get out and support the track, support the facility, because they had 2, now they have 1. From 1 is none. So, and we had Bill Quigley on last week and talked about a lot of exciting things they got going on. The full throttle weekend that they're planning in September, and they're really excited and anxious for this upcoming weekend, or this weekend as people are seeing this, because of ticket sales are up, campus sales and spots are up, and it's the one and only chance to see what people consider the best series in all of motorsports roll into their backyard. So you're going to be down there, hoping to catch up with a lot of the New England flavor that goes on and has a lot of things going on. And we have a lot of connections.
Yeah. One thing I thought was really cool is they recently unveiled Matt DiBenedetto's car, and it is all main businesses on that car, on the hood, on the rear quarter panels. If you haven't seen it, everyone should go take a look because it's really cool and really representative of our state. And Archie did a great job pulling everything together. And Matt just came off of he finished 7th at Daytona a few weeks ago, so that was his best finish. A lot of great
showing at Chicagoland. Kentucky this past weekend. They had some problems, but and as you heard us talk last week, and we will have on maybe next week's show some highlights as we hooked up with Matt and Archie and the entire gang and all the local supporters of this venture down at Bentley's this past Wednesday. So we were there, and just really great time. And anytime, Archie still owes me from my little Facebook post about his little broken nose with the baseball, but really a great time. Looking forward to the weekend and cheering on that. And it's a big weekend for those guys to roll into town. I mean, obviously Matt's from California and relocated to North Carolina, but Archie right from the heart of Maine, Old Orchard Beach, and is in the pinnacle, is at the top of motorsports. So and doesn't forget that. And rumor has it, Mainly Motorsports could be making its debut on a Cup car at Loudon this weekend. A little decal, not a big one, a little decal, but it's a start. It's a start. So really excited. Encourage everybody to get down, whether it's Friday. They got some action going on Friday and or Saturday. And how about our own Reed Lamper? You know what I mean? And going to be running the K&N race. Last time he ran there was in the Granite State Pro Stock Series. Ended up in Victory Lane. Not to take away from that one, but if he could roll into Victory Lane at this K&N East race, yeah, that'd be a big deal. And got good equipment, got some experience there, and probably maybe even more important than experience, has some confidence about running New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Yeah, just talking to him in Victory Lane at New Hampshire, he, like I said, a huge smile on his face, just said it gave him huge momentum. And like you said, a lot more confidence going into this K&N race. And, it was a few weeks ago, but it's still pretty fresh. So it'll be interesting. And, his entire team is just a wonderful team of people. So it'd be really nice to see him back in Victory Lane.
No, absolutely. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, our own Dick Obey traveling the country. Where's Dick? This is going to be our new segment. Where's Dick? And but this past weekend, Oxford Plains Speedway was where you found Dick on Saturday night, and really just enjoying the moment, enjoying the thrill, and a lot of great racing action up there. As seems like it's so far away, but we're a little over a month from the biggest short track race in the Northeast, and that's the Oxford 250. So these guys are getting prepared. They had 24, 25 super late models. A lot of those guys coming in, they don't even care where they finished. It's what they learned that night. It's all about what they learned as they prepare for the Oxford 250. And they were fortunate if you were in the grandstand, saw some great racing, and we're going to show you some highlights over the next couple segments of the racing that took place up at Oxford Plains Speedway.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end-of-season sale now. We have over 300 campers in stock, and every unit is on sale, even the 2019s. Up to $16,000 off travel trailers, up to $30,000 off fifth wheels and motorhomes, up to $40,000 off toy haulers. Ask about our bi-weekly payment program to save you even more money. Financing available, trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 featured divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
The Maine Vintage Race Car Association presents Summerfest. Summerfest at its new home, Wiscasset Speedway. The cars and stars that made motorsports in Maine legendary. Sunday, August 5th, Summerfest at its new home, Wiscasset Speedway.
With Richard and Vanessa Jordan, and they're excited.
Meet the Hall of Famers. Ride along in one of the iconic race cars. Plus, it's the inaugural Summerfest Barbecue Challenge. Barbecue masters compete from all over the state of Maine. Summerfest at its new home, Wiscasset Speedway, Sunday, August 5th. Gates open at 10 a.m., $5 for members, $7 for non-members, and kids under 6 absolutely free. Your admission includes the annual Maine Vintage Cookout. Don't miss Summerfest at its new home, Wiscasset Speedway.
We hope to involve a lot of people from up the coast.
Hi, it's Cole Watson. Hi, this is Andy Santerre, and I'll see you at Summerfest.
And I'll see you at Summerfest.
For more information, like Maine Vintage Race Car Association on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
there you go. You saw that, and great racing in the super late model race. And I want to personally congratulate a young man that, I met him years ago at a place called Victory Lane Indoor Karting. His family moved up from New Hampshire, and he was getting into kart racing as he'd run a Tiger Sprint down in Route 106 race park. We became friends, kind of drifted because, my kids are growing up, their kids are now coming through the ranks, but we still talk, and that's the Caffel family. And Rob just puts his heart and soul in it and gives this kid every opportunity, has aligned himself with Crazy Horse Racing, brought an experienced crew chief in, Mickey Green, allowed his kid to focus and concentrate on learning how to drive the race car and learning to figure things out. And it all showed. I mean, a couple of months, probably a month ago, they ended up with a podium finish, third place. And like I tell everybody, when you start running top 10, it's just a matter of time before you can run top 5. And then when you start with some top 5 finishes, just a matter of time before you end up with those top 3s. And then once you start running top 3s, a win's just around the corner, and that proved it. And picked up his first ever super late model win, 16 years old. I'm just in awe. And I call them my little go-kart buddies, because back when we were doing the Mainely Motorsports TV 400, Ivan Caffel, Austin Terrace, Gabe Brown, I just knew that these kids had talent because I watched them wheel go-karts. And to watch them now wheel super late models, and it seemed like just yesterday, they were running the little blue plate race, the little junior sportsman race, and putting on a whale of a show then. And now we're watching them in full-bodied stock cars, racing at one of the toughest and most historic ovals in all of New England, Oxford Plains Speedway, that has that race that can define you in one night, and it makes me think of guys like Joey Carafas and Tommy Rosati and Roger Brown. Could one of these three at 16 years old win the famed Oxford 250 or race it? Kelly Moore, Dale Shaw, Tracy Gordon, Jeff Taylor, some of the biggest names in super late model racing have come close and never won. And we have 3 16-year-olds up there racing competitively every week that could find themselves standing with the trophy. And I don't even know if any of them would know how to act. I don't know if any of them would know how to. I mean, I can tell you one thing. There's 3 dads, Gene Brown, Rob Caffel, and especially Jay Cushman, that would be out of their mind if that could happen. But it's just, to watch those 3 in particular, and I know there's others, but I'm talking about these 3 because I watched them, I put on big events, had them a part of it, had them support, to be where they are now and winning races or leading the points like Gabe, and his win's just around the corner, is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been really cool. Even from the beginning of the season to now, it's cool seeing how Ivan's grown, rookie in the division, had struggles earlier this season, and like you said, slowly coming together each and every week. And to have him, just end up in victory lane last night with a great car count too.
Yeah.
And just take over some veteran competitors like the brackets, for example. And you know what? Yeah, just show him how it's done, and that's really, really cool to see the improvements that he's made over the course of the season.
And I think the thing that's most important, and you heard me mention their names of their dads, Gene Brown, Rob Caffel, and Jay Cushman. All different level of experience in the sport. I think the thing the 3 of them would be the most proudest about is the way their kids have done it and to earn the respect they've earned. Because let's face it, at 16 years old, there ain't none of them that's making enough money or whatever they're doing for work to finance their own super late models. So they have dads behind the scenes or in front of the scenes making this happen. In saying that, it's so easy for these kids to become and act spoiled. They're not. Those 3 are doing it with the utmost respect. Austin, here's the ultimate compliment. Gene Brown and Gabe Brown, they have Dale Shaw race cars as a supporter. Dale Shaw has enough going on in his life and racing that if it was a situation where it wasn't a good situation, they would, they'll sell him parts all day long. But to be as involved as they are and at the track with them and trying to help them is because Gabe understands and appreciates and respects what he's getting. Ivan Caffel, Crazy Horse Racing, same thing. They would gladly will sell anybody parts, race cars, anything they want. But to have the involvement with Mitch and Judy Green and Mickey Green, to have the involvement go beyond, it's because they feel respected. They feel treated fairly. All of that, and that's what they're getting from the Caffel family, and particularly Ivan. And then you go to Jay Cushman. He doesn't have a race car business like the other two. Jay's just a hardworking man, very knowledgeable on Fords. But the people that he surrounded his son with, Kevin Nobley, Corey Davis, LJ Moulton, just starting a new family, got plenty of other things in life to do. Kevin Nobley's got a new baby coming. They don't need to be going to the racetrack every week, but you know why they are? Because they're doing it because they feel respected, and the kid that's wheeling these race cars is right there with them and working just as hard as any of them, and that's the thing I think each one of those parents would be most proud of, is the way that their kids have shown the maturity, respected the people around them, respected and appreciated the people that allowed them to have this opportunity. And I think and I'm not a parent of any of them, but I feel like it because I've watched them grow up in front of me with the go-karts. That's the way I feel, and that's the way they should feel it, and they've done it all the right way. All three different avenues to get there, but they're all reaching the pinnacle, and they did it the right way.
Yeah, and you just mentioned just these kids and a massive amount of talent. Like Austin Terrace is still going out there and winning Legends races every single week at Beach Ridge, and they might be young, but each of them worked their way up in different ways, and it wasn't just jumping into something too soon. They've known racing since they were very, very little, and they've worked hard to get to where they are. And I've seen a lot of people say these three kids have more maturity than some of the adults out there racing. So it's just really cool to see all three drivers grow into something really great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So congratulations to all three as they prepare a month from now to put their name in the record books, and it would be huge. Really huge, and I expect, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of those three could be standing in victory lane at the end of the night at the Oxford 250. But really excited for where we are in racing, other than something I want to talk about when we come back from this break, and that's a division that seems to be having all kinds of problems at your local short track. But we're going to take a break, and we'll come back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at ScotchRecreation.com.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But I read about it on Facebook, and Facebook is the Bible of all Bibles. Sounds like the Wildcat division. You got your money's worth just watching that, huh?
Yeah, it was a very trying night, let's just say that, in the Wildcat division last night. There were a lot of wrecks. People were comparing it to kind of crash and bash car wars thing. There were a lot of heavy incidents that happened. The most notorious one, which everyone heard about on Facebook, is Dave Cameron taking a nice hit into the turn 3 wall and, kind of blacking out there behind the wheel and ending up in the sand in turn 3. And it was just a scary moment for fans, in the stands, just to see somebody take a hit that hard and to be like worried about whether or not like what's happening over there in that turn and whether or not he's okay. And then Dirty Lou took another hard hit on the sand pile in turn 2, and there's just a lot of beating and banging going on, and kind of more so than racing sometimes, which can be a little worrisome.
Well, I wonder, just curious now, they've been known to have what I call the Golden Corral meetings. They take them over to the fuel pump and they got the little fence posts and they pull them in there for a meeting. Or is this one going bigger? Do you think the Wildcat guys that get the garage walk, they get to go over to the garage this week and have because this just didn't happen this week. I mean, there's been 2 or 3 weeks where, these guys just don't want to give anybody a groove, and and that's part of the problem. And me and Dan McKay talked about it 2 weeks ago. I really believe, both of us, that Beech Ridge needs lines in the corners. A lot of tracks have lines in the corners. You really shouldn't need them, but you do need them because guys don't know where they are on the racetrack. And I'm watching guys drive into the one turn, in the second groove. Between 1 and 2, they decide they're coming out. So now when they come out of 2, they're in the bottom groove. If you're the guy behind them and you're trying to set up to make that move and make that pass, you're just not given that opportunity because they're here, and they want the whole racetrack. You got to share. You got to share the racetrack. And a guy, you either got to be in the first groove, you got to be in the second groove, you got to be in the third groove. If the guy's racing with you, he needs a groove to try to get around you. And if you don't give him a groove, he's going to pick one for you. And then what happens? Everybody's pissy. It ends up on Facebook. And this is what we're tearing up and wrecking race cars, and feelings are getting hurt, and and that's at some point you need to walk in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and go, maybe I am part of the problem. You know what I mean? And I think, and I'm not signaling anybody out, but when you're involved in incidents, and sometimes maybe it's a little over aggressiveness, or maybe it's just not knowing where you are on the racetrack, or your car's not handling right. Slow down, get your car under control, because when your race ends up going single file restarts towards the end, that kind of tells you it's a bad night.
And then even so, after the single wide restart last night, that's when some of the biggest problems occurred. And it's just, like you said, you're not just one single car out there on the track. There's 12 plus different competitors out there on the track. And like you said, you can't be going up and down and all around.
What are they bringing, 12 or 13 Wildcats?
Yeah.
Before you know it, they're going to be one of those classes that's got 8 cars because they're going to, people are going to be out of money. They're going to be out of money, and you're going to show up and you have a class that used to be 30 strong and some of the best racing. We're going to have 8 cars on the track because they've had enough. They're fortunate that Nate Levitt, blew up his car at Lee because he probably wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? So there's a car that they got, and some of the other ones, and it's just they got to get it figured out. And I'm sure, I've been around Beech Ridge a long time. They'll figure it out. They'll get made to figure it out.
I believe that there is a way to figure out drivers just really need to reevaluate things. But like you said, cars getting damaged that much, it's a lot of problem each and every week. It takes the fun out of a lot of things. But on the other hand, not only are cars getting crunched up, drivers, there's a chance of people getting hurt if people can't pick a groove.
And then just follow along on Facebook. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
You learn a whole new vocabulary.
Yeah.
I can't spell that word, but you can learn it. But I don't know. Pretty excited about where we're headed after this.
Yeah.
Taping, gone. Hudson International Speedway. My first trip under the new ownership. I'm pretty excited. The Granite State Pro Stock Series in action. I know you've been there already once this year, and a lot of improvements, and really excited to go there. So when we take a break, come back, we're going to have some highlights from Hudson, some of the support divisions, and then we'll show you the Granite State Pro Stock Series where Derek Griffith makes his return to Hudson International Speedway. Bruce Bernhardt owned number 27, E-Keys for Cars sponsored number 27, showing up at Hudson, right in their back door. And I would love it. Maybe we'll be fortunate enough to run into an icon like Dave Dion. Had one of my greatest ever conversations at a racetrack at Hudson with Dave Dion years ago. So we'll take a break. We come back with some highlights from Hudson International Speedway.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. We have over 300 campers in stock and every unit is on sale. Even the 2019s, up to $16,000 off travel trailers, up to $30,000 off fifth wheels and motorhomes, up to $40,000 off toy haulers. Ask about our bi-weekly payment program to save you even more money. Financing available, trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling to Mainely Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Biddeford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of E-Keys for Cars of Saco. At E-Keys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, E-Keys for Cars will come to you. Call E-Keys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
E-Keys, they raise the bar. E-Keys for Cars.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs.
a great time, great people, and great food, then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Well, as we wrap up this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, saw some great highlights, racing action. We want you to mark your calendars. We got some big things coming up. Some that Amy and I will be at together, some that we won't be. But right off the bat, obviously Loudon this weekend. Next weekend, Mainly Motorsports night over at White Mountain Motorsports Park. So excited to get back over there with the Averys. The Granite State Pro Stock Series in action. We're giving away, some stuff for the fans, just some stuff for the drivers. Big hardware, and really hoping that Stacy Cahoon comes through with reaching in my pocket and pulling himself out a $100 bill for finishing in the top 3. I told him when I met him there the last time, partying a little hard there at the campground, $100 bill, you end up in the top 3, and somebody said he won't remember. They said, oh, don't matter how drunk he is, he remembers what happened the night before. So really excited about that on the 28th. And then the following weekend, I'm not even around for the races, so you got to get me some stuff. Headed down to Connecticut for a Dream Ride, and the Special Olympics event, and the Hometown Foundation, and really excited about some of the things that are going to happen down there. Me and Dick are headed for the weekend, and so you're our only forte into the race world that weekend. So I think the mods are in action at Beach Ridge, so that'll be a good night for all of that, and really excited about the Dream Ride. Then ISMA. Have you ever seen an ISMA show at Lee?
No.
You're in for another one. This is going to be the year that your eyes got opened. Your eyes got open. ISMA Super Modifieds at Lee on Friday night, August 10th. It culminates, probably the highlight of the night is Bentley and watching 200 motorcycles pull on the track in intermission. They do a charity ride for the Victory Junction gang, and they leave Bentley's and take a ride and end up at Lee, and it's just an amazing thing, and it's all for charity. And then we get to watch 20 plus big block super modifieds whip around there with the vapor coming off the wings, and just amazing. And then the week after that, you will be with me, right? You promised, August 18th. The whole crew will be at Wiscasset Speedway for Mainly Motorsports Night. And if you've ever been a part of that, you know how much fun it is with the kids' bike races, and we give away bikes and all the stuff we do in the Victory Lane. Last year it took on a little bit extra added incentive because we were involved with the Special Olympics, and the Hometown Foundation raised a lot of money. Going to do that again this weekend. Just so happens that it falls on a night where Beach Ridge is having Days of Destruction, so that's going to allow Dan Walker to come and help and be a part of it. And really excited about that night, and encourage everybody. Just $5 to get in. Come in, bring your money, buy some raffle tickets. We're giving away some great prizes. Just going to be a great night, and that's August 18th. And there's a lot going on, and like I said, and then we'll have our 250 show. Got to start lining up our drivers for that. So pretty excited about that, and so just a lot going on in short track racing, and we gotta go, baby. Hudson's calling. So hope you all enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports, and we'll see you next time right here on Mainly Motorsports.